Thank you. Yes. Yes, sir.
Hi. I just wondered, I've made up my mind already, but I want to hear it from you. I'm with you that all these problems we can make progress on as Americans if we get our heads and hearts together. And I just want to know from you, why are you the best person to help bring us together?
At the heart of hearts, the reason I'm doing this is I don't want my kids to live like this. I don't want our families to live like this. America's better than that. And so it really is saying we can't be okay with this much distraction and division and chaos. We can't be okay with that. But the reality is, when I went into South Carolina, I dealt with the bureaucracy. I cleaned up those agencies. There were some agencies I tweaked. There were some agencies I gutted. But we got South Carolina focused again. When I was at the United Nations, every actor you're hearing about right now around the world, I dealt with every one of them every day. I know the games they play. I know the lies they tell. I know what scares them. And I know what gets them to move. And I know what it takes to let them realize America's back. And once we let them know we're back, you will see these threats start to back off. That's why I'm doing this, is you take the combination of me being a governor and knowing what happens on at the state level and having to deal with the feds that way, and you take me being at the UN level and you look at it that way. That's when you go and you look at that. And I'll tell you, for anybody that's ever said, what are you going to do on your first day? It's not what I say, it's what I've done. I'll do exactly what I did as governor. On the first day, I thought, let's control what we can control first, which was our agencies. I replaced the head of every agency, whether they were good or not, because I wanted to freshen it up. Then I sent teams into every agency to clean it up. Get rid of old regs, get rid of bureaucracy, get rid of problem children, and get them mission focused. Then I required them to hit 90-day benchmarks, ways that they could show a return on investment to the taxpayer. What were they doing to work for the people, not the people working for them? And then we went and we saw their budgets, and we saw they were spending because they were worried they weren't going to get the same amount of money the next year. So we put all of their spending online for everybody to see. And then we started incentivizing them to give money back to the taxpayers. And they started to compete. And magic happened. That's what you have to do. And then once they saw that, once my legislature saw how we were working on the agency level, they were ready to get to work. And so we then got the legislature, which, keep in mind, demoted me, pulled down all my seniority because I was trying to get them to vote on the record. The way we did it is we got them to do a couple of easy things first and showed them what it was like to win again. And then we started giving them harder things. And then they wanted to win again. We've got to get that whole mentality back in, where government gets used to working again and that they also know what it's like to win again. When we do that, it's the taxpayers that win. It's America that wins. And so that's how we'll focus.